What's up, everybody? It's me, Greg Miller, alongside the best beard in the business, Marty Sleva.
Whoa, that was 3 Bs.
Yeah, you like that?
Yeah, it was like a bed and breakfast.
Yeah, like a bed and breakfast. It's exactly like that. Marty, you and I can't stand each other, but yesterday we put aside our differences and went to this Xbox Indie Showcase.
Yeah, the ID at Xbox.
The ID at Xbox. They gave us these papers, which I folded up and put in my pocket, and now look like...
And they were in your pocket over the course
Now they look
of
like those waffle chips you eat.
Yeah,
like,
I love waffle chips.
Oh my God, they make those Buffalo Blue ones, the crinkle waffle chips.
Get out of here.
There were 25 games there.
That's
a lot of indie games, a lot of things. Of course, this is something PlayStation did forever, and now they're just stealing it because that's.
Well, Sony didn't do it this year.
I know. Now they're too big for their britches. It's time, and this is it. Who's chasing the indie D every day?
Is and now it's the Watchmen? Time. Who watches the indies?
Who watches the? Marty, you and I are going to pick 3 each.
Yes.
From this thing of 25 games. I know there were a lot of good games.
There were a lot of good games.
Tell me your first game you're picking.
The first game I have to go with is Super Time Force.
Super Time Force,
which we have played. I feel like at every PAX for like the past 2 years.
Yeah.
Finally, it's coming out in either May or June for both 360 and Xbox One. The game is great. It's that sort of pixel retro Contra running gun. Main mechanic is that every time you die, you go back to the beginning of the you can rewind to the beginning of the level, and then you play alongside the ghost of your former death.
Nice.
And so by the end of the level, you can have like 30 of yourself running through the level, shooting things.
It looked awesome. I got to watch it for a while. I've never played it before. I don't want to play it until I put down my money and get it.
They revealed some new characters. There's a character called Dolphin Lundgren.
I heard
He's a
about this guy.
dolphin with a machine gun.
Awesome.
Yeah, really good stuff. There's a rad a dinosaur on a skateboard.
Yeah.
There's a piece of poo that has a magnum. I think he's called Dirty Harry. Or something like that. Or Squirty Harry. His name's Squirty Harry.
Nah, it's gross.
Okay, but yeah, that game's rad.
Okay.
Huge fan.
My first pick here of my 3 is Chariot. This is another one I played it. We called it the Ibn-Ob of our generation.
Yeah, which is weird because Ibn-Ob.
Everybody remembers last year, Marty and I played Ibn-Ob drunkenly at a GDC independent event.
Does anyone actually remember that? Because we kept talking about action.
Well, you'd be surprised what people remember that you mentioned we say. But no, it was great. This one's the same idea. It's a co-op game. We're playing together. We're a fiance.
Yeah.
The king has died. We're taking his body.
Yeah, so it's sort of morbid sounding. But
right,
it's very cartoony and cute. Right. And yeah, the main mechanic is you have this chariot that is on wheels, and each character can use a rope to pull the chariot.
Yeah.
You sort of have to work.
What's funny about the chariot is that it's the king's coffin.
Yeah.
That's not your normal chariot.
No.
But you're dragging the king along this puzzly kind of thing on a 2D plane, and you're collecting loot, because the king wants to be buried with as much loot as possible. Yeah. But then there's platforms only he can go on, platforms only you can go on. Lots of bats that want to steal all the loot.
It was fun. Yeah, it was fun.
Year of the Bat. Is that what you just said?
Batman's going out this year.
Batman. Okay, sure. Bats rule Xbox One. There you go. It'll be next year. It'll be the Bat at Xbox.
Bat.
All right. What do you got for me?
I like it. The next one, Through.
Through was awesome.
Yeah.
Through was the truth.
Yeah, it was probably like the biggest surprise there. If A, just because I didn't know what it was, and B, like it did something really new. So it was a Kinect game where you are still using a controller as well. It's sort of a simple, colorful, single screen 2D like puzzle platformer.
Right.
So think like Braid almost, but so you use the controller to control a character, and move and jump and everything. But your Kinect silhouette almost changes wherever you are. It puts you in a different dimension.
Right.
Where think about like the Guacamelee switching dimensions, where like certain platforms become opaque and certain platforms become transparent.
Sure.
Opaque and transparent. I did not think I was going to use those words.
You dominated them. I was going to let it go and tell you after the fact that you just killed it, but you did it right there. Just like bam, and then you just like watches this shot. You're like, hell yeah.
And so you had to physically move your body in order to create platforms that you then had to use the controller to jump on. And so we were playing alongside Max Scoville, who's
terrible.
He's a big tall drink of water. And he was all hunched over and like laying.
But I'm big and fat and wide, so I was able to get right up and make the platform. And then like I got him on the moving platform, and then I had to like waddle along.
It's one of the stranger things I've seen at the show.
That's what I want to see out of Kinect, though, right? I don't want to be doing this and this and ordering my pizzas this way. But I mean, put it into a game that already looks cool.
And then they were talking about, well, you could have 3 different people, and each person opens up a different dimension, and so it almost turns into like Twister.
Well, that was the thing. Like I was doing really well. I was probably the most dominant fruit player.
You were probably the best fruit player ever.
And then it got to the point where there was a key up in the sky and a locked door, and I was like, I couldn't figure it out, and they had to give me the hint that if I spread my shadow wide enough, that I could be touching the key and touch the door, and then that would be enough for my guy to get through.
Really cool stuff. I think the guy who makes it like is 22 or something.
I hate it that he's going to be so much more successful than we are. We're like 45, and he's got everything. My next one is Hyper Light Drift. You see this guy?
Yeah.
They were showing it in Horde mode. When you catch it on the side of your eye, it looked a lot like Transistor. It had that kind of art style to it, but then you get up on it, and it's horde mode with these cute little, like, not 8-bit, but like similar, like,
it's like
pixelated art guys, and that you get to select your weapons before you got there. You get 2, and then you go out, and I was using a diamond shotgun and a boomerang.
Yeah.
And so then monsters are just coming at me from all sides, and somebody else was playing, and we're running around, killing them, and then picking up their energy because it costs energy. It was super simple, but there is a story mode that's like the main thrust of the game. They kind of just made this for more people to play.
Sure. The story mode, I think it's sort of Zelda-ish, top-down Zelda. Zeldonian, as they say. Yeah. This game was a big Kickstarter success story. We've been following the game. We're gonna have some more coverage on it, but yeah, it's one of those games that you pass and you immediately do double take because you're like, oh, this is really pretty.
Yeah. All right, number 3 for Marty.
So I'm gonna go with 1001 Spikes.
Ooh,
which,
Doctor.
That's a game that's a toughie.
Yeah,
so,
on purpose.
You have
1001 lives.
Yeah, and there's 1001 spikes in the game. Well, there's actually like a million spikes.
Yeah, exactly.
And so, the game is just super hardcore, super difficult. Again, sort of retro-looking, just 2D platformer, but really just Meat Boy levels of difficulty.
Exactly.
One of the really cool things, though, is a 4-player deathmatch mode, which plays a lot like Towerfall or Samurai Gun, or these games we've been playing in the office. And it's 4 characters in an arena. It's sort of like there was like a pot that spews out coins, and you want to hold the pot for as long as you can and get the coins. Everyone else is trying to kill you.
Sure.
A lot of fun, a lot of co-op or local multiplayer.
Yeah,
that's sort of
that's one of those games you play with your friends in Cursed. There's a commentary up from the PlayStation 4 event of me and I think maybe Mike Oransky and then Shane Bettenhausen and he was just owning us. I think if 2014 wasn't the year of the bat, it would be the year of local multiplayer. Yeah,
but it's
back.
The year of the bat.
And better than ever.
Yeah.
Speaking of local multiplayer, Greg Way, the next one here is It Draws a Red Box.
I have no idea what that is.
It was over in a corner, and here's the problem I had with it, is that I was watching the demo, and it's another one, it's 2D, you got these characters, you're running around the screen, and you have weapons, but then there's a ball, you're trying to get into goals and stuff, and there's a Twitter feed on the bottom of everybody who's like, real life people tweeting or whatever, but the problem was they all had to use the hashtag IDARB. So I walked up and I watched this game like, this is awesome. I was talking to Jeff Gerstmann about it. I'm like, oh, this game's really cool, yada, yada, yada. And then I was walking around, I was like, where is It Draws a Red Box? Like one of those idiots, because everything was hashtag IDARB.
I thought this was IDARB.
Yeah, but it was fun. Like, they make it sound like it can be anything. Quote, It Draws a Red Box is constantly evolving, crowdsourced, minimalist game mechanic sketchbook. You're like, okay.
Was that a genre?
It Draws a Red Box is also a chaotic 8-player esport jumping jetpack future arena ball game that is as much inspired by Bomberman and Super Smash Bros. As it is by cans of Sona, paint by numbers, books, and a driving 5 miles faster than the speed limit.
Also 8 players?
Yeah,
that's going to cost you like $6,000 to get those controllers.
one-on-one, but yeah, it can totally be insane.
That's insane.
Yeah,
I need to find more friends.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
Oh, Marty.
You want to be one?
Yeah.
Okay.
We should come over. We should hang out. On the ride home last night, me and Christine I was driving.
Yeah.
Christine's where you are.
Yeah.
So act like Christine.
Okay.
And I'm like driving the car, and I'm like, I really like Marty. And she's like, yes, I like his girlfriend a lot too.
Oh.
So there we go.
Wow.
Now we got to start double dating.
Become best friends.
We did.
Oh my God, this is gonna be like perfect strangers.
So those were our 3s, right?
Those were our 3.
Now it's the honorable mentions.
Honorable mentions for games that we've played on different platforms that are now coming to Xbox One.
Sure. What do you got for me on honorable? One honorable mention you give to me.
Contrast, which was PS4 launch game.
Free on the PlayStation.
Free, but it's probably not gonna be free on Xbox One.
No.
But really cool, just really strong art style. It's just like French noir, jazz, smoky atmosphere.
Right.
It's a 3D puzzle platformer where you're playing, like you turn into a shadow and you're moving along the walls, and all of a sudden you're a girl again. Really good sense of atmosphere.
I liked it. And tells a story, which is interesting when I was playing it. My honorable mention that we've seen before, Guacamelee. They had it there, of course, it's Guacamelee Super Turbo Championship Edition. This is one that's coming to Xbox One and PS4. It's Guacamelee with some new stuff, which is great, because Guacamelee was amazing. I don't know if that is, I don't know. Drinkbox made a Steam skin of Up at Noon host Greg Miller. And I don't know if that's coming to consoles. I hope so.
Yeah, maybe you're paid DLC.
No, well then it's a huge problem. When they start making money off of me, that's when Per Schneider breaks out of his coffin and comes after everybody. Per sleeps in a coffin. Ladies and gentlemen, for everything about awesome independent games and ones that are made by these big old fat cats down in wherever, Quebec, Montreal.
Down in Quebec.
Keep it here on IGN.